Hi, this is CT Stage 1 Lecture 6. The topic is radioactivity. So in this one, at any instant, the rate of decay of radioactive atoms is directly proportional to the number of atoms present at that instant. Means, let's say at a time t, we have n number of atoms present in the sample. So n is the number of atoms. Okay. Then rate of decay of radioactive atoms will be minus Tn by dt. Okay, and that is directly proportional to number of atoms present at that instant. So from here we will get this equation: dn by dt is equals to minus lambda n. Okay. So on integrating, you have to take dt in this side, n in and this side, and then you will have to integrate, and finally you will get this will be the formula of n number of atoms at any time t. So where n is the number of atoms which remains undecayed after time t, and n naught was the initial number of atoms present. Okay. Next is activity. It is defined as rate of disintegration of the substance, okay, or the number of atoms of any material decaying per second. So activity is minus dn by dt, and we know minus dn by dt, which is activity, and it is also equal to lambda into L. Okay. So we have activity is equals to lambda into n, and we have derived the formula n is equals to n naught into e raised to power minus lambda t. So in place of n, if you substitute this value, you will get lambda into n naught into e raised to power minus lambda t. Now as activity is equals to lambda into n, where n is the number of undecayed atoms present at an instant. Initially, when number of atoms were n naught, the activity initially would be a naught, which will be equal to lambda n naught. So in place of lambda n naught, if we substitute a naught, so we will get the formula of activity as a naught into e raised to power minus lambda t. This formula is almost similar to the formula of number of atoms. Like number of atoms at a time t is and not e raised to power minus lambda t. Same, almost same is the formula of activity. So next is unit of activity. Its unit is becquerel. This one is SI unit. Okay. Whenever you are doing the calculation in SI units, you have to take in seconds. So then you will get in becquerel. Another one Curie, and you have this relation: 1 becquerel is equals to 3.7 into 10 raised to power 11 disintegration per second, and 1 becquerel is equals to 1 disintegration per second. Next is half-life. So time interval in which mass of radioactive substance or number of atoms reduced to half of initial value. Okay. So let's say initially at time t is equals to 0, number of nuclei present in the sample or atoms in the sample was n naught. So when time becomes 1 half life, the number of nuclei present in the sample will become n naught by 2. Next, if time becomes twice of half life. See, in the first case, initially number of atoms were n naught. So in 1 half life, half of these atoms will reduce. Now here the number of atoms is n naught by 2. After one more half life, the half of this value will decay. So remaining will be n naught by 4. So this will be the number of nuclei present at time t. Okay. N naught by 4. When the time is 3 half lives, then n naught by 8, and so on. So your general formula becomes n is equals to n naught divided by 2 raised to power n. Okay. This will be where n is the number of half lives. See, in this formula, let's say if someone asks you what will be the number of atoms after, let's say, 5 half-lives. Okay. So in place of half-lives, in place of n, you'll have to substitute 5. So n will be n naught by 2 raised to power 5. So this will be the number of atoms remaining. And capital N is number atoms or nuclei remaining after n half-lives. Okay. Then we have also derived the formula of half-life, that was ln2 by lambda or 0.693 by lambda. Actually, it is derived from here. N is equals to n naught e raised to power minus lambda into t is our formula. We have to calculate the value of time when the number of atoms present becomes n naught by 2. So then you have to take log of both sides, and when you will solve, you will get the formula of half-life as this one. Then this will be the curve of number of atoms versus time. Okay, as you can see from the curve, when one half-life time has passed, the number of nuclei initially was n naught, now it has become n naught by 2. After one more half-life, n naught by 2 was the number of nuclei, now it will become n naught by 4. One more half-life, n naught by 4 was the number of nuclei, now it will become n naught by 8, and it will keep on decreasing. And when time is infinity, the number of nuclei will almost become equal to 0.